Today we'll go over one of my games I actually played yesterday. Because yesterday we had a match, and this was the US Chess League match where the St. Louis as a team, Archbishops, and we played against a team from Connecticut. And I was playing with the black pieces against the Grandmaster, last name Kekelidze. He's originally from Georgia, but he plays and lives in Connecticut. And it's always difficult to think about winning with black when you're playing against a strong opponent, Grandmaster. So first you have to try to equalize the game. So, and he played d4. So I decided to play the Nimzo-Indian, one of my main openings against this. c4, e6, knight c3. And now you play the move bishop. I played bishop b4. So as soon as you play bishop b4, now you know it's the Nimzo-Indian defense. Now, he can play queen c2 move, the classical. He can play e3, the Rubinstein variation. I've done a video and lecture at the club on the move e3, my game against Grandmaster Kaidanov before. But here he plays a move g3. A bit strange looking move, but it's a move. It has been played before many times by strong grandmasters. The idea is to put the bishop on g2 quickly and prevent black from playing b6, bishop b7. Because, for example, if you play the move knight f3 here, the best move here is b6. Because you play b6 and put the bishop on b7, because bishop needs to be on b7 to control the e4 square. Okay? Because that's one of the most important things for you, to control the e4 square in the Nimzo-Indian defense. But by playing g3, he's not allowing me to do this, because if I play now g3, if I play the move b6, it will be just bad, because he will just go bishop g2 and will attack my rook, and I'm not going to be able to get my bishop on that diagonal. So I decided to castle. Logical move, you know, king safe. Before I do anything, I just want to make sure my king is safe. I castle. He played bishop g2. And now I played d5, fighting for the center. The drawback of this g3, bishop g2 fianchetto is that he's not as strong in the center here. So that's why I want to try to get the control of the center. If he takes, it's bad in this kind of positions to do this capture. It looks normal, but it's just bad, because if he takes, you're going to take, and now you're going to put a pawn on c6, and for the rest of the game, this bishop is going to be a very bad piece, because it will be very, very passive. Okay? So that's why it's not a good idea to take here. This will be a simple exchange, but positional mistake. And then the bishop will be just very bad. So he decided to play knight f3, and now let's see what is the best move here for black. There are many different moves to play. You can capture here, but my goal in this game is to try to keep this bishop passive. c6, correct. Okay, it's effective to have this kind of structure usually against a bishop like that on g2. Yeah, kind of, yeah, Slav, semi-Slav structure. Now he castles, though. Now he castles. I go knight bd7. And in fact, today I was curious about this position, because, you know, this is not a main theory or anything. I was like, now let me check to see who played like this. So there were some games played by grandmasters, and most people play queen d3 here, queen b3. But this move has been played, actually. Knight d2, strange looking move. But first of all, he needed to worry about this capture all the time. So by going here, he protects that. And now what is he trying to do with this move? E4. E4. He wants to play e4. Now, how do you prepare something against this move? Because now you know he's trying to do. He's trying to play e4. But you need to prepare something, because if you just allow him to play e4, then he will have advantage. He'll have the center. Okay, and this bishop is a little bit of a problem here for me. Yes, Julian.
B6, bishop B7, just trying to get more control.
I thought about it. I seriously considered, but who can tell me? Who can tell me what is the problem with this move that he just mentioned?
C6 pawn.
C6 pawn is weak, and the bishop is a bit loose. Can we do a double attack on it? Queen A4, immediately turning the table, attacking this and this. Big trouble. If you're going to have to take this knight, that means you're in big trouble, because you're losing the two bishops, and your dark squares are going to be weak. See, one mistake like this, you're in trouble. So that's fine. No B6, no loosening up, okay? At least for now. You're not loosening up the position here. You know the threat. He wants to push it. But what you going to do? Let's think about it for a little bit. What's the idea? Rook E8 is a very natural move, but what is the idea? You have to give me the idea. Yes, absolutely. Correct. I played Rook E8, yes.
Why can't you play E5 immediately?
If I play E5 immediately, takes,
Then bishop takes knight.
bishop takes knight, yeah, but you wait 1, 2. Okay.
Or knight takes E5.
Knight C1, I didn't like this position. Capture. Capture with what?
With the pawn.
And then I go knight B3.
And then, bishop E6.
Capture this bishop.
Hmm?
And then bishop E6.
You'll be blocking. It will help the bishop.
Well, if you take with the pawn Isolani, right? Isolani. We don't want to get Isolani here. Knight B3 and then weak pawn.
You're going to play knight B4.
I don't want to take. As soon as I take, I'm worse. He's got two bishops.
You can push this pawn further.
Well, he goes here. I don't think I can push now. He blocked it.
Yeah, yes.
He blocked it.
Can we go back instead of knight takes E5? Can we play just D4?
Which move?
D4 instead of knight takes E5.
Oh, okay. He is, Julian, suggesting D4. But then you have to calculate capture, capture, capture. I don't know. Lot of captures. Okay. He will take, you will take, he will take. It's a problem. Okay. No, but what rook e8 does is, it's a good move anyway to develop the rook. Okay. It's, you know, you bring the piece into the game. But what is my idea when he plays e4 now? See, this is, I knew he's going to play this because that's why he brought the knight here. He brought the knight here so he can play e4. He can attack. But what is my idea now?
Take on E4 and play E5.
Be careful. Knight e4, knight takes.
Knight takes
Knight takes.
E5.
Yeah, but bishop is. Here. You could try to do that, but yeah, but he got queen c2. I mean, protects. Well, I need to destroy his center here, because right now his knights are placed that way that this move, I have this break here in the center, and my bishops will be open. Knight c4, he's better. Could try that. Could try that, but what's the better version of that move? E5, of course. Because you want to get that guy out, remember? That's your worst piece. This is your worst piece in this position. So what you want to do, you want to break through. You want to get that bishop out. And that's why you play the move E5, opening up the diagonal for that bishop. Now, what to do? He needs to do something now. And if he takes now, this idea works perfectly now, because if he takes, I push. He takes. If he moves the knight, I just take the knight, pawn with the knight, and I'm better. If he takes, guess what? We take. And the rook is no longer hanging here. This move doesn't work because I'll take a piece. You understand now why I played rook e8? So you have to calculate a couple of moves in advance. And in this position now, he's just worse because he has to move the knight or take. Bishop takes, take. I have a better pawn structure, and my pieces are more active as well. Okay? If he moves the knight, just queen takes f6. Perfect. So that's why when he played e5, I decided to, okay, he took, yeah, he took. Because he has to do something, so he decided to take this way. I took. He took, no problem. I took. Attacking the knight. Now, if he takes here, it's not so good because we can take here and we take more pieces. So he moved the knight here. Knight c to e4.
So now you can capture him. C takes D.
C takes d, correct? C takes d. And now, a very tough move to find. I spent about 15 minutes in this position because I felt like I'm not better yet, but I have a more comfortable position. And this move is going to put some serious pressure on him. So what is the idea here for black? At this point, I'm trying to play for a win. I'm trying to get the initiative because I believe I already equalized the game. Move the queen where? Where? Here? Here? Yeah, but then rook e1. You don't want to put your queen here because the rook e1 and he's going to start to threaten some ideas. Yeah, you don't want to put the queen there. You need to play a logical move here. It's a complicated move, but it's the idea is very logical. Idea is very logical here. Why? Why b6? Excellent idea. Because my problem is the light square bishop. And what I'm trying to do here, I'm trying to just to go b6. Now I have options. Bishop b7 or bishop a6. Yes?
How did you decide between the b7 to h1 diagonal over the c8 to h2 diagonal?
Oh, for the bishop?
Yeah. How did you decide?
Well, I got attracted because this rook is here, so I can go here. I can gain a tempo, and remember, right? Chess, it's all about tempos. So I can gain a tempo. I can quickly develop my pieces. See, in order to develop this bishop, I have to move the knight. Slow, yeah, but tempos. We want to go for tempos. Now, he played a very natural-looking move, but after this move, my opponent is in big trouble. He should have, he should have maybe played a3 or something like that. But he played the queen a4 move. Natural move, attacking the bishop. But I think he underestimated my next move here. What is the idea? A5, correct. Protecting the bishop. And if he goes a3, See, it looks logical. Now you move the bishop, he's going to pick up the pawn, and he feels very happy. Yes.
Takes on e4. It's fine.
Knight takes e4,
Rook takes e4.
bishop e4,
Knight c5.
queen c2.
No.
Yeah.
Knight c5, no?
Knight c5, no, knight c5. Knight c5, knight c5. I was hoping he would play this move so I can play this move, because I just think the idea is really, really cool.
Is it bishop a6? b5?
b5, queen b3. He goes back, and then it's a little bit loose.
C7.
Huh?
C7.
What? c7 what? This c7 is here.
Oh.
Your bishop is under attack. Bishop a6, I'm not sure if I want to lose two bishops just to gain a rook. I'm not sure about that.
So no. Somebody always say knight takes d4? Or
Knight e4,
no, knight takes d4.
d5,
Or yeah, d5.
and take.
No.
That's the threat. His threat is to take, but the move is so cool I make. I say, you know what? You can still take that bishop. But he can't. Because if he takes the bishop, he loses more material. This didn't happen, but I was hoping maybe to get this.
How about knight c5?
Knight c5 was suggested, yeah. Knight c5, knight c5, it's... Can you see the move here?
Well, bishop b7. Can I open up that a file?
That is a very strong idea. Bishop b7. He can have the bishop. But if he takes the bishop, what's happening?
A takes d4.
Aha! Looks like
I like that.
a little problem here with the rook, because he doesn't have enough development. That means that's why you have to develop your pieces to connect your rooks. And this is an example for you why having a bishop here is a problem, because now he's going to lose his rook or he's going to lose his queen. Okay? Okay, so I played a3.
For bishop and pawn. Rook over 2.
Yeah, no, this didn't happen actually in the game, because now this is under attack. So this didn't happen, but this was my idea. If he plays a3, I was going to play the really cool move, bishop b7. And he still cannot take it. My opponent decided to take knight f6 check, and it's pretty clear how I should capture back, right? Knight f6. Now he goes knight f3. Why is this move losing?
e5.
Blocks the queen in.
And
You can push.
Bishop d7.
I think this is a little simpler.
Trapped queen.
Trapped, yeah? So he cannot do that. So that's why he goes knight to f3. And now attacking the rook. Now rook is under attack. He cannot go here, so he has to go here. Rook to d1 and
Bishop e2.
d3.
Just want to play d3. Okay? If he takes, bishop d3. Okay? Just push d3. If he takes on d3. Now, he started to think, because he realized he's in trouble here. What to do? So he played a3. questioning my bishop.
Bishop c5.
Bishop c5, very logical. But now he attacked my bishop, but now he's back on a better square and attacking on f2. Now he goes knight e1. By the way, when he develops the bishop here, I'm not afraid of that pin because I can just play h6. Bishop g5, I can just play h6 and attack the bishop. So he goes, yes.
Instead of a3, could he play bishop e3?
Bishop what?
Bishop e3.
Knight d5. I also want to take this pawn. So.
And then I move the knight and the knights. Okay.
No, you lose this. I can give you this exchange. It's still lost.
Instead of d3, what would bishop e2 have done?
Rook takes d4.
Oh,
You don't want to drop this pawn. I mean, that line is not so bad actually.
I trapped rook. The pawn wasn't protected.
Yeah.
Not a problem.
Yeah. Bishop c5, and now he goes here. Knight e1. Very concrete idea, but this move not gonna work because look at your development. If this kind of move works, then it will be kind of wrong, you know? Like you have no development and then you put the knight back. My bishop is here, so when you play this move, I know I'm winning at this point. But how? You need to find the correct move here, because if you don't find a move here, you know what? He's taking your pawn. Knight d3 next. He's gonna take it. Yes.
Rook e2.
Knight takes d3.
No, rook e2.
Knight takes d3.
Bishop takes.
Rook takes.
Bishop takes its check.
Yeah. King f2.
Queen e7.
Bishop d2.
And then queen e2.
The rook is on e2.
Wait, no, I mean right now.
Yeah. Well, let's wait. Let's finish that line. I don't think there is anything that clear there. I mean, maybe black is still better, but not so much. Because he eliminates the bishop and he gets my light square bishop too. I mean, check king f1, yeah, but
Rook over to 8c.
a rook over to.
Going from A.
Oh, you want to go here?
Yeah.
Well, but what if he takes this guy? Well, that might work actually. That's an interesting idea because you can do something on a c file. But very concrete move here.
Bishop e7.
You make a move after which I'm winning. Which move is it winning? Queen?
Queen e7.
Correct. Yes. What is the threat?
Threat is queen e2 and bishop takes e2.
Yes. Also queen e1 is a threat. I'm ready to sacrifice my queen. Because if he takes, rook e1 check, bishop has to drop back, and I play d2, opening up the diagonal. At this point I know I'm winning. But now, if he goes here, for example, can you find a winning idea? What is the winning idea now? If he decides, you know what, I go back. It's too risky. If you go queen e2, then he has rook d2.
Bishop takes.
Check. Correct. King takes f2.
Queen e3.
Don't rush. Don't rush on e2.
Oh, queen goes to c5.
Knight g4. Or
Queen goes to e4, whatever.
Queen c5 followed by d2.
Queen what?
Queen goes to e4
Here?
in the middle.
not knight takes pawn.
Well, think about it. This is a very strong move. So far, nobody to say the best move here. You're suggesting some interesting moves, but what's the best move here? Because remember, you want to win the rook.
How about queen e2?
King g1.
So then you can take the rook.
Queen
Oh,
c5.
so knight d4 will deflect the queen away from protecting the rook. And then
I know, but he might not take it. He might just go back king g1. He doesn't have to take it.
Queen c5.
Queen d4? Be careful. You let me consolidate. I got an extra piece here. How can we try to deflect this piece from here?
B5.
B5, of course B5. Now if he moves anywhere else except here, you go check and you pick up the rook with a check. Not just a check, you pick up the rook with a check. So he has to go here, no choice. Now he wants to take this actually, so your queen e2 idea doesn't quite work here.
Now queen c5.
Now you go queen c5, Julian, because he doesn't have queen d4 any longer. Check. So he has to go back here. And what is the winning idea now?
d2.
Move your rook down, rook.
Correct. And how is he going to stop the checkmate now from f2? Can he do anything to stop it? Game is over. All right? Can't do anything. Game is over. All right. So that didn't happen. I mean, I was hoping. But, you know, he saw this. But in fact, I knew I'm winning after queen e7 because by looking at the position, I think you can tell that. Oh, by the way, he cannot take this. His main idea is refuted because if he takes knight d3, what's going to happen?
Queen e2.
Rushing it.
Bishop takes.
Bishop takes.
Rook's up.
Rook after back rank. Queen invades, check. Bishop back, queen f2, and mate. Julian, if you play queen e2, knight takes c5, eliminating the bishop. Okay. So, what to do? Now he plays. Okay, threatening knight d3. So he played. Yeah, he started to think, you know, and he just knew that he's in trouble here. So he goes here, trying to pin and connect, but tempos. Tempos is the key. Tempos is the key. Now, what is the idea?
F6 to E4.
Well, don't want to lose that piece. It's very important, yeah? Don't want to lose the queen. Now, what was the idea behind queen e7?
Bishop takes f2, queen c5.
Well, yeah, but
b4.
queen e2, right? Let's do it. Queen belongs on e2, right? Now, well, how is he going to defend on f2? I just want to take it. I also have the knight idea now. Since I'm no longer pinned, I can also move the knight now. Knight g4 is coming, putting some more pressure on him, so he can't do too much there. So he played. What did he play now? No, king to h1, just knight g4, just finished.
Rook d2.
Now he goes rook d2. Yeah, he basically says, you know what? Show me the win. Very concrete, attacking my queen now. Now, what is the idea?
Maybe now check, bishop check.
Correct.
Check, and then queen f1. No, can't do that. Queen h around.
No, he's
Don't rush.
The king is cornered.
Well, the king is in a corner, but how do we win this? See, I had to spend some time here because it's not that clear.
Queen takes
Queen
e1.
takes knight.
Queen takes knight, rook takes.
And then rook takes.
Bishop f1,
Rook takes.
king g2. That
Doesn't
So
queen
what check? AD. What? A8 over to AD.
well, I just don't want to sacrifice my queen because it's not so clear in that line.
Queen h1.
The move is queen h5. Keep it simple. When you're winning, keep it simple. The reason I say it's simple because I go here. And suddenly, he needs to protect his bishop, he needs to protect his knight, and he needs to protect bishop takes g3 threat. So many things he needs to worry about now. And he still cannot take my bishop. Why? Why can't he play rook takes f2 here? Absolutely, knight g4 jumps in, attacking the rook, and threatening queen h2 checkmate. Okay? So that's why he cannot take it.
Did it happen?
No, no. He played, what did he do, this guy? Yeah, he took. Bishop takes f6, and now
Bishop takes knight. Bishop takes g3.
now you can play bishop takes g3, but what's more important, taking the pawn or a piece here? If you take on g3, by the way, he can play bishop f3. So you don't want to do that, because he will go bishop f3.
Rook takes horse.
You could do that, but the better.
Bishop takes e1.
Bishop takes, yes. Let's take with the bishop, because now we also attack the rook. Now he needs to now do something about that, yeah? If he just moves the rook, let's say he moves the rook here, and looks like, you know, you take my bishop, I take your bishop. What can you do first here?
Now bishop takes g3.
Bishop takes g3 now. Bishop takes g3, winning the pawn, threatening queen to h2, mate, and you also take this. Okay? So I'm winning a piece. Something similar happened in the game. So he played g4, attacking my queen now. It's important not to get confused in positions like this, because you have, you know, a couple of options here. So, but where do you want to retreat with the queen here?
Side.
You have some options. So, where? No, I cannot go to e5, yeah?
That's good.
So you still want to have some threats, right?
So h6 threatens the rook on d2.
Correct. And still gives us this idea of bishop g3, which I'm going to do in the game. And when I was playing the game, I said, okay, he probably has to play g5. But if he plays g5, I just simply come back to h5. And I'm still threatening the bishop g3, all the same threats. So really, it's over at this point. So he played in this position now rook d1. Yeah, like if he moves the yeah, I just take the rook. So he goes rook d1, and now what is my idea here? Bishop g3, perfect. Now threatening mate on h2. So he has to protect.
h3.
So he played h3, and now take the bishop with a queen. I could take with a pawn too, but I took. So here it's interesting moment here. He played rook f1. Of course, he's completely lost here. You know, any move wins here for black. And during the game, I actually thought, before taking queen f6, I thought, okay, if I take with the queen f6, if he doesn't resign, he probably play rook f1, and I can play this nice move d2 and win the game. But you really don't have to do that in a position like this. Like, you know, even if you win with a very nice move d2, you win. This is actually what computer shows, like plus 15 or something. But you don't play this kind of moves usually, and especially in a team tournament, because you don't want to just miss some idea, miss a move, and then basically you let your team down, and you know, it will be very bad. So you don't want to play fancy in positions like this when you're winning, unless it's like a check mate idea. Okay, I saw that d2 is winning, because if he takes on f6, you play rook e1 check. Okay, but there are some lines you have to start calculating now. All the lines losing, basically. If he takes, I just take back with a pawn. I get a new queen. If he goes back with the bishop, I can just take this rook. And again, he can never take only one. And if he goes rook back to f1, I can just go bishop takes f1. So it's, you know, winning also. So, but I realized I don't need to do this. So I looked at it a little bit tempted, but I say, you know, I'm not going to do it. I'm just going to play simple, but solid. Queen to d6. Of course, I'm up a piece and a pawn, so any move wins here.
What about d2 pawn?
Yeah, I didn't want to, you know, the only thing he wants to do is maybe attack me on f7 here with queen d7 or something. Again, almost any move wins here, but queen is very safe, keeping this pawn blocked. I don't want him to push d6 and get the bishop out. You don't take any chances here. But I put the queen on d6. Now I can go rook e2 and easily win. So he played rook f5, one more move, and after the next move he resigned. So d2, perfect. Pushing the pass pawn. Further you push, stronger it's going to get, right? The pawn is on d2 now. Rook e1 is threatening, and at the same time I also open up the diagonal for the bishop. So he didn't have much time here. So he just resigned here, and St. Louis team won 3-1. So it was a good match last night against the strong team from Connecticut, because they had 2 grandmasters on the first 2 boards, and we won on actually first 2 boards. I won, and our second board also won. Yes.
Do we lose any games?
Yesterday?
Yeah.
No, 2 draws and 2 wins. So it's every week we play a match. So we played 4 weeks so far, and then there are 6 more weeks to go, and hopefully we make the playoffs, and then we go on. So, but very exciting. It's going to get more interesting towards the end, where teams are trying to qualify for playoffs. So this is the game against Grandmaster Kekelidze, played last night, right here.